Alright, we are back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the new era of men and how I feel like it's going to change a lot come the next 5-10 years sort of thing, and the younger generation as they start to grow up and they start to develop on a bit more, and what I think is going to happen. So, I feel like there's going to be two very different areas. There's going to be the femboys, all the far leftist, extremely feminine men with no masculine traits, really low testosterone levels, really submissive, the bitch boys. They're going to be on one side, and then there's going to be the men, the masculine, the G's, the leaders, the alpha males, whatever you want to call them. They're going to be on the other side, and I feel like there's going to be very little in between these two. It's just going to be one extreme or the other, and in a way that's going to be a good thing, but in a way it's also going to be a bad thing. So obviously we've had Andrew Tate over the last year or so, and he's still going on now. Him and Tristan, and I feel like they really brought out a lot in many men, many young men to be specific, and brought out deeper feelings in them about being successful, wanting more in life, not being happy with being average. And that's developed onto now a lot of people becoming successful and going out and wanting more, achieving more, striving to become better. And so now Andrew Tate's obviously all in with his case, and he's whether he comes out on whether he comes out on the good side of it or not. I feel like it's not to say his time has passed, but there's no way of saying what's definitely going to happen. And I feel like there are people that are going to take up his position as the next people, the next role models for young men. And I believe these people are going to be Iman Ghazi, Jack Hopkins, otherwise known as the CEO of Testosterone. You're going to have Sebastian Georgiou, and there'll be a few others, but the older generation, people of Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, the Tates, Trump, all of these people, they're starting to get older now. Their time is passing, and it's not to say that they won't have an influence come the next 5-10 years, but their influence will definitely lessen, and people are going to be looking for the new role models, the new people that they can look up to who are closer to them in age. And I believe that's going to be mainly Iman Ghazi and Jack Hopkins. These two have played a big part in my self-improvement personally, because they subscribe and they promote the importance of being masculine and being determined and wanting to achieve more, wanting to go out and get more. A lot quite similar to what the Tate's message is, but obviously they're both just a bit younger, they're both a bit newer, and they're not involved with anything legal. So it's a lot easier for people to look up to them and not have anything to complain about. And I feel like it's very important as a young man for us to have someone to look up to, and that being Jack Hopkins, Iman Ghazi, is going to be really important, because these guys are so ultra successful and they're so young. They're only, I think Iman's 23, Jack's 25, I believe. Don't quote me on that. And they're both still really young, and they both achieved a lot. And I'm only 18 now, and I feel like I'm already taking steps toward the stages where they're at now. And obviously I'm not saying I'm going to be a millionaire by the age of 20, but I feel like I'm going to be financially independent by the age of 20 for sure. Maybe not a millionaire, but I'll be able to earn my own wage and sit back, kind of thing. So the population in itself is going to be split in two, and it's going to be the leftist, really extremely easily offended, really feminine, vegan, soy, all of that shit is all going to be on one side, and then you're going to have the masculine, supporting stoic, high testosterone, red meat eating, steak lover kind of thing. The right, not right wing, but just the people that actually understand what the world is about. That don't just sit in their mum's basement. That they go out and do exercise. They're not spotty and ugly. They take care of themselves. They take care of the people that are around them. They strive every day to become better, and they're improving every aspect of their life. So these people are going to be the killers of the next generation, the animals, the people that are going to actually make things happen. And it's going to be probably around 5% to 95% at very most, of 95% being these just complete idiots that don't know what they're doing, and then the 5% being these alpha males. So it's going to completely change, and this 5%, they're going to be able to do so much that it won't matter that there's such a smaller number of them. They're still going to make more of a difference than the 95% will. So you've got to look at what the next era, the next generation of men is going to be like. And as I said, it's going to be split pretty heavily one side to the other, but the smaller side, the masculine side, is going to do a lot more and produce a lot more positivity. And obviously there's always going to be a lot of people that are very easily offended by the fact that, oh, he's masculine, toxic masculinity. Masculinity is not toxic, but having high testosterone is not toxic. You've got to understand that men and women are different, for one. You cannot say that they're not, because they are completely different. There are huge differences between male and female, be it biologically, be it physically, be it mentally. They are different creatures, different types of people, and you can't treat them the same way. Women are extremely emotional. Men should be in control of their emotions and not let it decide what they end up doing. And they should make decisions based on pure fact. And obviously everyone should make decisions like that, but it's going to be this is a funny topic. People won't like hearing this, but women are more emotional. That's as simple as it's going to get. And there are different types of people, different genders, are suited to different roles. Women have the most amazing ability to create life, to create a new person, a child. That is the most amazing thing anyone could fathom. And if you don't think that's important, then go away. That's ridiculous. That is the continuation of your legacy of the human race. That is the most important thing. And men, they can't do that. They can't produce a child. But women can't produce a child without a man. And that's excluding the new science thing of going doing a test tube baby. That's bullshit. So together, a male and a female, they make a family, and you continue on your legacy. The next generation comes forth. You continue on humanity as what you want it to be. And having a child is so important, because you get to, by having a child, you get to instill the correct values and the right mindset into something that is so well imprinted upon, and you can carry on all of your best traits, all of your partner's best traits, all of the best traits you've seen of people that you know into this child, and create the best opportunity for them, give them all of the best tools, both mentally, physically, emotionally, so that they can go and conquer their life one step at a time. And male and female, so the women create life, the men protect and preserve it by taking care of the family, providing for the family. And it's not saying that women can't go and have a job, but men, this is what I believe, men as a whole should be the one protecting, providing, because men are physically stronger than women. They should be the one protecting. You shouldn't make your girlfriend go out and fight. You should be the one protecting. That's how it works. And there's going to be so many people that will be like, no, you can't say that, that's completely wrong, you can't do this. Oh no, it's very, very different, because how much we've gone from in just 60, 70 years. You look back at what the nuclear family was, or the atomic family, and it's the wife, the woman would stay at home, the mother, she would stay at home, raise the kids, instill the values of her husband and herself on the children, and make sure they're raised properly with the right values and the right morals. And the children would grow up, they'd get enough attention, they'd know what is acceptable and what is unacceptable, and the father would go out and work a job, not because he wanted to, but because he has to, so he can provide for his family. And the wife, the mother, can stay at home and raise the kids and be there, be nurturing with the children. And we don't have that now, because due to inflation, due to many things, now because everything's so expensive, you need a dual income household in most situations, unless you're doing really well with your business and you can sit back from it, or only one of the members of the household needs to go out and earn money because they're earning that much. You're going to need a dual income. And then what does that take away? That takes away the other adult from the household, from the children. It takes away the morals, it takes away the values, it takes away the, not the control, but the decisions of what you get to teach your children. If they go to school and they learn something that you don't agree with, if you're not there to come back home and talk to them, or talk to them as soon as they've learned it, then who are you to say that you don't agree with it? Because you're not spending any time with them, you don't have a say with it. The only thing that you are is a house. You're just paying for the bills. You're not there for them emotionally. You've got to be able to be there for that child, to implement your own values and set the right standard for what you expect of them when it comes to their future and when it comes to what they're going to do. So, but the new era of men must be protectors of their loved ones, of their family. They must be providers of those they care for, and they must have the ability to defend those that they care for. So they must be able to fight. They must be strong. They must be masculine. They must be stoic, so they don't let their emotions control them and decide what they do. You can't go out and become emotional whenever something doesn't go your way. You've got to be able to make a decision based on pure facts and knowledge and what is the desired outcome, not anything to do with how you feel, whether you're sad, happy, angry, upset, good mood, bad mood. No matter what happens, you've got to only decide decisions based on facts and knowledge. Otherwise, you'll never be able to get the desired outcome, because you're just going to let the world carry you in this random direction, and you won't be able to understand and get to the chosen outcome that you want. And by implementing all of these things, all of these desired values, being protective, providing for your family, earning good money, being physically able, setting the right values, being stoic, all of these things, step by step, you're creating a blueprint for how you want to live your life, and how you're going to live your life, and how eventually you're going to raise a kid, and how eventually you're going to implement your values onto a child, and then set them up for their future and how they want to attack their life and go ahead in their life. But you've got to be able to set up your own life first with the right values and the right standards set, so that you can move on to the next step. It's one level at a time, one step at a time, and you've got to do it the way that you believe is right. And the way that I believe is right is following masculine traits. As a man, you've got to be able to do this. You've got to be able to protect, to provide, and help your family. And as I said, Jack Hopkins, Iman Gadzhi, they are a massive show of this. Like, Jack Hopkins, he's making $100,000 a month now, and a year ago he was in 10k debt. That's ridiculous amounts of money. He's providing for his family. I imagine he's sending money back to his family. And then you've got Iman Gadzhi, he's 23, 24 or something. He's doing everything with his mother. He's buying her houses, buying her luxury watches, all the stuff that she needs. He's fully providing for her by the age of 23. Yes, it's taken him a lot of time, but now he can do whatever he wants, and he can help his mother in any way that she needs, his family, the person that he cares for. If that's not what you want, then I don't know what's wrong with you. If you don't want to help the people you love, if you don't want to provide for the people you love, then what's the point? If you only want to be rich so you can go and spend it on yourself, then that's ridiculous, because if you don't have anyone to enjoy those moments with, to spend that money on, then it's not going to be worth it at all. And I think we're going to leave it there. I don't know how long the video's been, but you've got to realise you need to set yourself standards and make sure they're the right standards so you can become one of these new era men and become one of the next generation of people that are actually going to make a difference. Become a member of the 1%, of the 0.1%, of the 0.01%, the minute amount that make the biggest difference, and care for those and actually do the most productive stuff. So you're going to end up making a difference, leaving an impact, leaving a legacy for your family to take on. And I just want to leave it there and say, leave any questions down in the comments. Let me know any video topics you want me to discuss, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already.